Well, hello there, partner. Go on and hang up your hat, grab yourself a whiskey, and pull up in the easy chair. We're coming off the range of 9 to 5s with a whole herd of news stories that we've been steaming over like a cow patty in the Texas heat. As they say, the chickens are finally coming home to roost. And we're here to ruffle some feathers and ensure accountability ain't just a concept, it's reality. It's that time where the day's drama casts its longest shadow. So let's light a candle to the chaos of current events, the whirlwind of politics, and the tangled webs of corruption that we find ourselves entwined by. It's time to ramble our way into the twilight. Welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Look at that beautiful face I have not seen. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Today was, I literally just bum rushed home. I had about like 15 minutes to do everything. I just started my first day of medical school. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. And just moved
Wow,
into a
that's
new
crazy.
house. Yeah. So thank you about that. And then, what about you? Tell me, how was your little Christmas vacation?
It was nice. It was very relaxing. I'm very, very happy to have had it. I needed it so bad.
Yeah. Tell me more about your kids. Saw that video that you sent us with your daughters trying to do that like little flippy thing.
Yeah, it didn't work out too well for her, but yeah, I had my daughter home. She's Navy, so it was nice having her home for about almost 2 weeks, and I really missed her. She's so precious. And now she's back doing her job, and I have an empty house again. Well, not quite empty, but yeah, empty enough. And it's sad. I miss her. But yeah, I'm going to be starting
Aw,
school pretty soon too,
almost.
so that's going to be fun.
Oh, fantastic. So what do you say? We kick off tonight and
Let's go.
have a good time. All right. Welcome,
Buckle up,
everybody.
baby.
Welcome to the first Sunset Rants of the new year. We have a wild ride for everything. If you guys are interested in anything that we do, riseofmiddleamerica.com is our website. Feel free to please help us survive to keep this going. We have donations there, or please join our Discord. We're always willing to have new people join, help us. We're looking for new hosts, administration, any background, news guys, anything like that. This is a place we're here first. Me and Dee are going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays nights around 9-ish is what we usually go by on Eastern Standard Times. You could find me on X at AP2Tay. I'm this guy. Now, Dee, go ahead. Tell us, everything else about you and, where to find you and what to do.
So I am on X as Cynical Latina, and you can find me there. My DMs are open, but I don't reply to just weird stuff. So yeah, that's the best place to find me. And
That was so
I'm
wild
usually
just to
always
say
on
that.
there. I get a lot of weird DMs.
I'm sure. Yeah, I had this one person that stalked me through every social media for years. I don't know who this person is, but they've stalked me through every social media, wanting to pay me like $100 just to burp for them. It's weird. So I know what that crazy looks like. But
good times.
I'm sure as you've seen, the best. It's better than asking for nudes. So we have a super, super duper interesting show tonight. We're going to go from meta all the way to maybe getting another country, turn into the States. Different things, weather, all the things that we can talk about. So let's kick it off and let's do this. Please bring us up.
Go.
So first thing, Meta is switching to community-driven moderation. I saw this morning. So basically the Zuck was saying, hey, we fucked up. That's it. We're kind of seeing where the trend was. I think he's trying to either like remove his shackles from the government. But let's go into this. Mark Zuckerberg, CEO of Meta, has announced significant changes to content moderation on Facebook and Instagram, moving away from third-party fact-checking to community notes, which I think is fantastic on this because, on the video, he even mentioned this. Similar to that used by X, formerly Twitter, the initiative aims to enhance free speech by simplifying content policies, reducing censorship, and encouraging community-driven moderation. These changes are set to begin in the U.S., and we will see the trust and safety. Relocated from California to Texas. I like how they put that. Now, did you end up watching this video that he recently just put out?
I did, but it's good to rewatch and freshen up our minds on it because I watched it this morning half asleep and I was like, what?
Yeah, so we got Brian on the back. He's gonna go ahead and get this through right quick. And everyone watching this, keep in mind how he words this.
Because it's time to get back to our roots around free expression on Facebook and Instagram. I started building social media to give people a voice. I gave a speech at Georgetown 5 years ago about the importance of protecting free expression, and I still believe this today. But a lot has happened over the last several years. There's been widespread debate about potential harms from online content. Governments and legacy media have pushed to censor more and more. A lot of this is clearly political. But there's also a lot of legitimately bad stuff out there. Drugs, terrorism, child exploitation. These are things that we take very seriously, and I want to make sure that we handle responsibly. So we built a lot of complex systems to moderate content.
So keep playing it. I want to play it to at least the fact checker mark. Right quick, Brian. Brian's the producer in my ear right now.
But the problem with complex systems is they make mistakes. Even if they accidentally censor just 1% of posts, that's millions of people. And we've reached a point where it's just too many mistakes and too much censorship. The recent elections also feel like a cultural tipping point towards once again prioritizing speech. So we're going to get back to our roots and focus on reducing mistakes, simplifying our policies, and restoring free expression on our platforms.
I'm not there. Keep going.
Keep going, just
more
a little
specifically,
bit more.
Here's what we're going to do. First, we're going to get rid of fact checkers and replace them with community notes similar to X, starting in the US.
Keep going.
After Trump first got elected in 2016, the legacy media wrote nonstop about how misinformation was a threat to democracy. We tried in good faith to address those concerns without becoming the arbiters of truth. But the fact checkers have just been too politically biased and have destroyed more trust than they've created, especially in the US.
Yes. So right there, that's kind of the big thing on all of this. This is kind of why this has been, going through the news. Like our whole team, or like everybody, not even just through Roma, but kind of what has become like the rise of middle America. What he just said was the big thing through these fact checkers. Essentially, he kind of had his hand behind his back, falling for money through infrastructure to increase his company during back then. But he's saving face right now. He definitely did a lot of movies, but the fact that he can at least say these fact checkers aren't the people for it, I think this is the biggest thing. So it's like, oh, is he a wolf in a sheep's mask right now, or is he, what's he essentially doing? And that's kind of what everyone's kind of, interested in on this, because it's a huge thing for someone of this caliber, one of the most powerful men in the world, one of the most richest people in the world, to acknowledge, to say. So, that said, chat, light it up, D, sure, you have pretty much the same stuff that I'm thinking about, but what is it that you've taken away from this? What is that you thought? Do you think it was too late, too soon, damage is done, or was damage done in the right way, like I think?
Yeah, I think it's a little too late. What pushed so many people away from the platform, and he did not listen to any of them, and any of the time that he had, and all of a sudden he turns around and says, oh yeah, we were wrong. Like, oh, the government coerced us. Like, poor me, I'm just a victim too. I just don't like it. And for me personally, I left Facebook exactly for that reason. When I started noticing that, especially after the first assassination attempt of Donald Trump, and I knew I had a lot of conservative friends on Facebook, and I saw none of their posts about it. I was just kind of blown away. Like, there's something wrong with the algorithm. Clearly, they're suppressing this information, and you're going to just completely shut down that conversation because you want to. And so for me personally, that was the tipping point, and that's when I decided to leave Facebook altogether, and I created my X account, and I was like, screw this platform. Like, I'm over this. Like, my friend and I literally got censored off of it because I posted a picture with my husband, and my friend said someone should kidnap that boy and throw him in a tanning bed. She got a 7-day Facebook jail stay, and then I took a screenshot and posted it on Facebook, and I got a 7-day suspension. And it was like, why? This is so stupid. And they said that we were what was it?
Violent community guidelines.
It wasn't just that. It was like we were something like trying to propagate violence or something like that. And it was just like, what? Like, that's so stupid. So yeah, I was just like, this platform has gotten too ridiculous, and I just cannot deal with it. And so many Americans feel that way. And like, now all of a sudden it just, nah, dude, I'm good. I'm happier on X. Let's screw that.
Yeah, no, I actually, from the course 2016 to 23, I have a total ban time of 4 years on Facebook.
Ooh.
Because of just posting stuff. Not even anything. And it turns out all these things that I was posting were all the things that, like 70 for 70, the quote unquote conspiracy theorists, turn out to be true. Which is the most wild thing ever. And,
oh, yeah.
I think after so long, I think what the good thing about this is after so long, it's like it's the media, like you can tell they're in cahoots with everybody, right?
Yeah.
With who makes the money, if, a couple of years ago, the FBI, they hold an annual convention like Microsoft, Google, Facebook, X, all this, and they give money to them for infrastructure.
Yeah.
If they say, okay, you can, we'll listen to you a little bit. So that was a big
they
thing,
comply
during those hearings. Yeah. So then the Zuck got zucked, if you would. So I think now after everyone's seeing just all this press on the Dawn, they're just kind of over it, and it kind of shows through, what this last election in November was. The numbers, the amount of people, like who you wouldn't even think would be. I don't know if it tends to be these people, whether it be on the left, center, or right, if they just follow on who's winning or not. But when you have such a landslide like this, I think it was only one time in history that it's ever happened, and I think it was Reagan or someone else. I don't remember at this time. Brain's kind of razzle-dazzle right now, but I think this will be a good thing with this. Especially what we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. So going on to that, I'm sure you've heard about Greenland and everything, and Don Jr. going over it, correct?
Yes.
I love that photo. All right. Greenland belongs to Greenlanders, says Danish. So let's scroll down a little bit. So I'm assuming you saw this already. Let's see. Greenland has made it clear it is not for sale. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen, I can't say that, in response to his President-elect Trump fixation within buying the massive Arctic island. This is not the first time. It's probably been talked about for the past 100 and something years, or shy of 100 years. Frederiksen said Greenlandic Prime Minister Muti Egede, I'm just going to purchase name on just for fun, has been very, very clear. There's a lot of support among the people of Greenland that Greenland is not for sale and will not be in the future. But that is not what the people say.
Yep.
The Danish leader's remarks come after Trump suggested purchasing of Greenland from Denmark last month, calling the U.S. acquisition of the Arctic territory an absolute necessity. He also made the proposal in 2019 during his first term, which drew a rebuke from Fredrickson. I'll just say Fredrickson. Now, do you remember hearing about all this stuff? So Dawn's over here now.
Yeah, I heard a little bit about it, and I saw a video of Dawn over in Greenland, and I was just kind of blown away. I mean, I'm really not sure what the pros and cons would be of getting another state in to join the Union. And I know that Greenland does have a lot of natural resources.
They do.
I don't know. Yeah, you tell me.
So,
what do you think about it?
Okay, so we've been saying it since. Hey, Brian, throw it up in chat. When's the first time? It's been for ages, but it's been talked about. This isn't the first time, which it has been talked about. But the thing is, I don't think it's going to join into it. That's what's trying to Greenland since 1800s. Yeah, see, over 200 years. Yeah. About 200 years. World War II argument that would help give them stuff. Thank you. So here's the thing. It's not like it's going to be a place that's going to be like occupied, like, the East Coast here, as far as populace goes. But what they're able to offer, the U.S. is the biggest importer in the world. But if we can have any kind of exports that run off of minerals, that's a huge thing on top of this. Now, how they want to do it is once after the 20th happens, they have to separate from I'm in a total brain fart today. It's been a crazy day. They have to separate, and then they could put in to become into a free state into us. Now, if they're going to be a territory, like whether it be like the Philippines or Puerto Rico or anything like that, cool, perfect. But, there's a lot of people who are going for it, especially with Trudeau stepping down, was it as of yesterday? And like the whole country, super excited from this. Now, as it arrived, visited by Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. arrived in Greenland, which Trump claimed was a benefit to the island and became a part of the U.S. despite it. Now, the thing about Trump saying stuff like this is he's always he says it's very outlandish things. You don't know if he's speaking hyperbole or anything like that. Strategic importance. Greenland's strategic significance is noted due to its mineral wealth, especially in the Arctic, which is increasingly contested to global powers. So all that means is if we have any kind of military bases, that we don't have to fly around everything. We could literally just have any kind of Air Force bases. It's not trolling anymore. It's actually considering both Canada. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to get Canada just because of the fact of back access, boys. Let's go. I've seen this video and volume 3 and 4. So I don't think we're going to do it just because where we are on strategic placement to Russia with Alaska, everything like that. But going into anything, from the Arctic into the Atlantic, sure, absolutely. I do believe that. Going into for sale, and we talked about what the value of it could be. Going off head. Actually, I might still have it in my notes. Actually, I tossed them all. They're in my backpack somewhere. The value of the country is vast. I think it was somewhere between 800 million all the way to $23 billion as far as sale that they would go for. Yeah. This is loosely based. I'm trying to remember off of things from a month and a half ago from there. Now, what do you think would happen if we did do it? Do you think the global powers would have it? Because, China's trying to, they even said within its next 10 years, are trying to control everything. But that's Xi Jinping saying this. So what do you kind of feel into all this, as far as geopolitics and power?
Clearly, I think anything that China's trying to get their hands on, we should try to get our hands on first. We don't need China having any more power. And that's just coming from someone that has very, very very minimal knowledge of foreign policy and geopolicies. I'm not an
For you?
expert in any way, shape, or form, but I
Okay.
can tell you that if China wants it, they probably shouldn't get it. They don't need to have any more power. They already have enough.
No, they already have bases set up in the Caribbean, like tons of
Hmm.
bases. Someone can throw it in chat which one, but I know it's right. It's just right off of Florida. Like they have like entire like military bases right there. So let me see if anyone has done it. Again, guys, sorry if I'm kind of choppy tonight. Like I said, this is my first stream since I moved into this house, so I'm gonna try to set up some kind of LAN connection. But let's see what else we have. Now, so if we do, I think it would be great. I think it would make better for the country as far as like the citizens. They don't have to become part of the U.S., but they can still hold their own culture, their own stuff.
Hmm.
Just like
Yeah.
everyone like Puerto Rico. Like
Yeah.
we're not part of the U.S. We're our own. It's like, oh, we're part of the U.S. But like kind of a back end joke with my friends here in Orlando.
It's
All
a
right, cool.
territory of the Americas, maybe.
Yeah. No, it's
Like Guam.
I don't want to say like
Like
Guam,
Guam.
but Alrighty. So let's go into our next chapter with this. NVIDIA releases gaming chips for PCs, tapping AI features from data center GPUs. Now, I'm a big gamer. Like, I'm a huge gamer. Like I have Link on my arm. Let's see, I probably got like 10,000
Okay.
hours in Destiny 2, another 15,000 in Call of Duty. As professional Halo, like I'm a big gamer. Start off on Doom and everything. So this is kind of a big thing. But I don't think it's as big as what people would think it is. There's like things to worry. So that being said, NVIDIA on Monday revealed new chips for desktop and laptop PCs that use the same Blackwell architecture underpinning the company's fastest AI processors for data centers. I think that's really cool. I don't think it's cool because it's like, oh, hey, like it's AI things. I think that's awesome. It's because how vast this goes, like how ahead of the time it is. At CES, Consumer Electronics Show, amazing thing. NVIDIA showed it's still focused on serving gamers, even as the company's primary business is now an enterprise. NVIDIA says the RTX 50 series chips will support a feature called DLSS 4, which uses AI to boost gaming frame rates. So I'm just going to go on a limb. You don't know anything about gaming, right?
No, not really. And what I was going to ask is, for someone that doesn't really understand too much about gaming, what does this mean? Like, I read part of this article, I saw that it's going to be like better graphics for like faces and features and that kind of stuff. But like, what does it,
Yeah.
how do you break this down and translate into someone that doesn't know what the significance of this is?
So for the people that don't kind of understand any of this, is Blackwell is the name of the developer who made this. This is his last name. So it doesn't have anything to do with like Blackstone or anything like that, or Blackwater. So there's nothing nefarious with this. But from my understanding, what it's going to do is just going to kind of understand, like, if you play the game, you're going to hit certain frame rates that are going to start to lag. If you're going to hit certain times of the day where you're going to have some issues, or it's just basically going to take into account for everything. If what your GPU is already using, it's going to think of it ahead of time. So I don't know if you've ever seen those video games. I forgot the name of it, but it's real life. Like, think of Counter-Strike. It's like a SWAT game, but it's real life. It's terrifyingly real. But it's going to help. It's going to help the frame rate. It's also going to help. The monitor I'm using is a gaming monitor. What that does is, sorry, I was looking at the screen right quick. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to basically make sure if there's any kind of lag or frame rate drops or anything like that, as far and consistent as it can do, it's just going to be way ahead of its time. This is basically going from, if you're talking internet speeds, this is going from like DSL to like, I don't know, like 4G,
Fiber?
5G. Yeah. It's going to take a huge leap. Now, obviously, that's just comparing speeds on internet to, speeds on what frame rates can run, which also make it a lot easier for developers to run like better flowing games, more games that look insanely realistic as if it's real life. Like games that could look like what AI looks like now, into that, but fluid frame rates. So when you start having like engines, like the Havoc engines, it's not gonna, you're not gonna have any issues. And then at the same time, the pricing is gonna be a lot more affordable. Anywhere between $500 to $2,000.
You'll be able to build your own AI host server on the cheap.
Yeah, so as far as building computers, like this is something that it's unattainable. But for the price of $500 to $2,000, you can build like your own AI host servers that kind of run everything. So I know for you it doesn't make too much sense how it goes, but when you start playing on these like higher end games with like hundreds of players at once, you can start running like these bots and have like the same idea. Like if I was playing like Battlefield, if I'm playing against like 60 people or plus, I can have these people playing at the same difficulty without having to actually play with people. So if someone's in like another country, they can't afford this high speed internet, they can actually play against bots that are just like playing against like true humans.
So like Aaron said, it's basically Red Bull for computers.
It's more like the best cocaine you've ever had for computers.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Oh, snap. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
They just broke
Yeah.
the user.
So you really, what's the most game you've ever played?
Diablo? It was Diablo 3 that we were playing. I haven't played Diablo 4.
Oh, wow.
But apparently I'm going to start playing Path of Exile tomorrow. So yeah. Path of Exile 2.
I downloaded Exile 1. I was like, I'm just going to jump on the bandwagon about get 2 because that's going to be fantastic. But it's going to be...
I don't know anything about it,
like,
but
just
that's what
imagine-
my husband says I'm going to do. So I'm like, okay.
I mean, I haven't seen how the graphics produced, but just assume it's going to be something from, like a CGI thing to something that almost looks like a real world, like Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
on your
so
computer.
I've watched my husband
So it's a
playing it,
rendering.
but he's playing it on the PS5. I mean, it looks amazing. It really
Yeah.
looks amazing.
That should be good. Like, graphics cards and PCs are not my thing, so you can only go from there. Hold on 1 second. Let's check the comments right quick. It's not letting me click over. That's okay. And then you're over in Texas, aren't you?
Yes. I know where this is
How are you
headed.
doing?
No,
Elder Scrolls 6.
I'm not happy.
Oh my god. Yeah, it was this morning at 7 o'clock. It was 34 degrees here in Orlando.
Wow, in
That was
Orlando.
Not a
Jeez.
fun time. How was it for you?
I think it was like 24 degrees this morning. And
fuck?
yeah, it was pretty miserable going to work. I was not happy. I left my house looking like an Eskimo, and everybody makes fun of me because I guess apparently I'm colder than everyone else. So I get made fun of because, yeah, I leave my house like if I'm like an Eskimo, like just layers and layers and hoods and oh yeah, I can't do cold, man. I hate that stuff.
Aaron's like, Orlando's freezing. I'm not okay with it. No, people don't understand.
Yeah.
Orlando's built on swampland. So, like, I grew up in New York. So this being said, we're going to track into this. Like, the humidity is just as much in the winter as it is during the summer. So, like, it's dry up north. It's humid down here. So it's like, it bites you. It feels like it's like 18 degrees, even if it's in the 30s. But let's go into this. Let's read this. Winter storm to take over usual track through the frigid ice in the south, impacting snow and ice. The winter storm changed. Let's see. Let's scroll this down just a little bit. Oh no, I'm gonna get. Yeah, no. See how the L's pushing down? Like, I think by Thursday it's supposed to get in the teens. Over here. Brutally cold Arctic air crosses the eastern 2/3 of the United States is opening the door for an impactful winter storm that will take somewhat unusual tracks through the south with snow and ice. The storm will hit just days after the most impactful storm of the season so far, killed at least 4 people, caused hundreds of crashes, keep an eye on that one, and knocked out power of hundreds of thousands. At least 200,000 homes and businesses from Missouri to Virginia are still without power from Tuesday morning. That is another thing to keep in mind because we've been following like the Carolinas and Tennessee and everything, and they're still homeless. According to US Power Outage.us, and that's only going by grids. So there's still even more on top of that. Dealing with dangerous cold temperatures that are cold even for the coldest month of the year. That's terrifying. Like, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that are not built for this. I'm looking at chats. Floridians, forget your iguana protection. Actually had my friend's grandma get knocked out by an iguana down south.
Oh no.
These unusually, up in Dade. These unusually cold temperatures, which will dip deep in the south, which will allow a new storm to put out snow and ice in Texas, and other parts of the region. Spotty wintry weather will begin Wednesday night in western Texas. Light snow, freezing drizzle, and storm as the storm organizes. Have you got any snow or anything like that? Ice?
No. So far, it's just been cold. But I mean, my like Apple Maps constantly switches, so it'll go from it's gonna snow Thursday and Friday to it's gonna snow Thursday to there's gonna be no snow, but then there's gonna be snow again. So it's just can't trust them.
Definitely stay off the roads if that's the case. Because that snow's going to melt and you're going to have like half inch of ice.
Yeah, I have the next couple of days off and I'm not planning to go anywhere. I'm just going to sit there with my fireplace and No.
Area. A wide area of 3 to 6 inches of snow is possible in northern Texas to southeast Oklahoma, southwest Arkansas. That's wild. Now, everyone who's up here, it's like, lives up in Michigan, out in Iowa, anything like that, up north, at least above the Virginia line, 3 to 6 inches is no big deal. They can do that. But down here in the south, we can't. Was a couple years ago, was it like a couple counties away from you? All the houses were bursting pipes?
Yeah. There's a lot of pipes that burst. Excuse me. As soon as it starts getting cold, a lot of pipes burst. And we just had survived that last snowpocalypse, snowmageddon, whatever they called it, a couple years ago. And that was pretty bad. Any word from the what is it, like ERCOT or the power grid to see how that's going to hold up?
I mean, they're just basically kind of say it, but one thing that I had like our producer put up is this insane car crash that happened over in KC. The only reason I knew about this was because keeping 72 hours. Yeah, keep this. So this is, if you look right here on this map. Like, don't really care too much about like the north, but that dark image there, that doesn't happen. Like, they'll get a couple inches of rain because of tornadoes, but they don't get shit. This isn't normal by any means. I would say like over in Oklahoma, it's almost as temperamental as Florida, from what my understanding, believe it or not. But even for you, that's something like I would be worried. I would buy some get some firewood just in case, because if anything happens to you, you can only keep heat for so long.
Yeah, I have a gas log fireplace, so that thing really saved us during the last winter storm. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what we would have done without it because it was like 40 degrees inside my house. It was freezing.
Oh man, I couldn't even imagine. Like my house, this new house I built was like I'm in now is from the 20s. What is this? Potential winter storm impacts. Yeah, you're fucked. That's right
Yeah,
on
I so am.
you. Major. That's like me getting a cat
Yeah,
4. That's literally me
yeah,
getting a cat 4.
that's pretty fucking bad. I'm like right there. Oh well. You know,
Oh
there's
well.
not much we could do. We make memories when stuff like that happens. We just gotta buckle down and make memories.
Yeah, it was. Hey Brian, pull up the KC right quick. This car crash.
I'm looking for it.
All right, cool. Give it 1 second. So, my friend was telling me he's from KC, and he was saying there was this huge multi-car crash. Like the whole roads were iced over. Remember that car crash, that massive pileup that you guys had, where like an insane amount of people died? It was
Yeah,
something. I would. Yeah, God rest their souls. I'm not gonna say it's as bad as that, but it was nasty. Like it
yeah,
was super nasty. Apparently, from what he said, one of his people who live in the area said something at the time, like at the day it happened, a couple days ago. There's like something of like 32 people passed away, but the news is only reporting
wow.
like 34 crashes or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's expected of them. That's
Yeah,
crazy though. I
what
feel
is
like once
wild though
one
is
car, like once one car starts going and they can't stop and they hit that black ice, it's really hard for everybody else to stop.
so we got a thing in chat. Hot take.
Yeah, video. I can't get the video back there. Got the voice dead now.
Yeah, Aaron, hot take. Bring back global warming. No, but even on this, the polar that polar shift just started happening like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Like those plane wrecks, storm only waited to the 20th, not only 137 alive. Yeah, Hurricane Ian. I knew the people. I knew the fire chief. I was staying with him because I was doing a disaster. He's like, on the news, they only said 18 people died, but they're already over 500 people on that day.
Wow.
So let's talk about less depressing things and something more annoying or possibly beneficial to both of us.
Let's do it.
New bill. The new bill.
Ooh.
Let's wait on this. I'm thinking we're having technical difficulties. All right, so I'll start talking about it before anything.
Oh no.
Have you remember that new bill for the past couple of years? They've been talking about switching over, about getting rid of the daylight savings time.
Yes.
So for those who don't know, I'll read to you. A bill, HR 139, introduced in the 119th Congress, proposes to make daylight savings time permanent, eliminating the biannual clock changes. This has led to the polarized debate. Proponents argue that DST would provide more even daylight, potentially enhancing mood and productivity. Critics, however, point to historical trials in the 1970s where permanent DST led to safety issues due to late sunrises, advocating instead for permanent standard time, which they claim aligns better with natural light cycles for health benefits. The discussion includes concerns over health, safety, economic impacts, with some individuals expressing a preference for no time changes at all, while others support locking the clock to either DST or standard time based on lifestyle and health considerations. So this is a two-sided sword on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So, you'll have people saying like, even for me, like I'll wake up at 5:30 every morning. You know, if I have to wake up at 5:30, then I have to wake up at 4:30. But then if I wake up at 6:30, you know, based on the hour shift, or however you want to put it, yeah, back and forth. I get that hour difference. You know, I could be crummy for a week, or you know, I'm woke up and refreshed. But there are also a big thing for it as well is people talking about like, oh, you know, there's more deaths on the road. People are more depressed. There's more suicides. Heart attacks go up on top of it whenever there's a change. So I think the biggest like variable is like they don't know if that's going to stop or it's going to change. If it's just going to like weed through, like weaned out. You know, if you were to have a change, what would you do?
So I had seen a report where it said yes, there when the spring forward isn't that bad, you know, where you supposedly gain an hour, but fall back. I think that's what it is, right? Spring forward, fall back. It's fall back when you got to put the clock back. You lose an hour is when there's more reports of car accidents, and because it's harder for people to keep track of time. Like if you make a mistake when it's spring forward, you know what, you show up to work an hour early, like ooh, but you know, fall back.
I've done that before. I've done it many times. Go to my office, it's not even open.
Yeah, exactly. And then if you fall back and you know, sleep in an extra hour, don't change your clocks, you're an hour late to work. People are more rushed or more aggressive to try to get to work on time, and I feel like it does
Yeah.
not necessarily cause more accidents, but there's more of a reason to see it as a problem. And for me personally, I just wish it would stay on daylight savings time and leave it alone. Like we don't need any more changes. I feel like that adjustment period to get used to the time change, either or forward or back, is just too much. Like we don't need it anymore. Like that was used for specific purposes with farming and stuff.
World War II.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of those things are irrelevant now, you know? So I feel like, why are we subjecting ourselves to this torture? However, you know, something to keep in mind for like, you know, children that go to school, they do take the bus in the morning, or they go out and
Yeah.
you know, they're getting their transportation. It will be darker half of the year in the mornings when they get up to go to school, which was one of the biggest problems before when they tried to cancel daylight savings time, is that people complained that it was too dark in the mornings for their kids. So yes, there is a massive problem with it, where either ways, nobody's going to be happy.
No one's gonna be happy on this one, like at all.
Yeah,
For me,
I don't
like,
think so either.
you know, kind of like I can understand what comes down into like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like waking up early, like this and that, you know, like for you, you know, and then I'll meet other people, you know, not so much for you, but I'll meet younger people and they're just like, I don't like waking up early. It's because like, you know, they're out drinking all night, and then that's just something where their time is shorter. You know, being a bartender for 15 years in downtown Orlando, I'll speak anecdotally on this. I can definitely see like every time that we get an extra hour downtown, like the amount of fights, the amount of shootings, the amount of crashes, the DUIs, everything skyrockets, like by a lot. Like it's enough to know, like I'm looking through on multiple pages. Government has had their light bulb moment, realize we can't turn around now. Yeah, I mean, I can even go with that, Aaron. But you know, you could either it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. Whatever's going to happen is just going to stick. You know,
Yeah.
The reason when it came out makes sense. Like as vast as our country is on sizing, I think that makes sense. You know, because you know it's 4 hours difference. So who's gonna like? What does that mean that we're gonna celebrate? Like when we celebrate New Year's Eve, like it's gonna be a different time on that one. So that's gonna be a big thing too. And I don't think a lot of people even take that into account.
No.
So
No.
you know, you have the health benefits, you have the health negatives, you have the people who do work and don't work, and also it's like
Go ahead, transition.
yeah, and then like you know like kids going to school, like whether it be the morning or night, it's gonna be super super dark in the morning as if they're going to school at 11, or they're going to you know be coming home like it's 11 and dark at night. But you know who's to see, you know. I'm cool to have a tryout on it to see how it goes, but we'll just kind of go from there.
Wing
with
it.
Yes. Whatever happens, happens. I don't really care. But with that being said, it's the favorite time at the end of the show. The favorite time at the end of the show is to caption this. We pull an AI generated photo. We get everyone in chat, kind of get their opinions. It's always random every time. This one's just kind of more just acknowledging the maker with the snake people. The people. But, you know, so what we do, if you're new to this, you know, we give a couple moments. Now we talk about this. We see, you know, what me and Dee think about it, our idea that everyone chat, pull up, make some kind of idea, some kind of joke. What we'll end up doing is we'll end up picking and choosing what we think is the funniest one, or what was it, like the quickest one on this. You know, at the end of the season, we'll end up tallying everybody out, and then whoever the winner is, you'll be getting a bunch of new swag and merch from our show. It's about to come out soon, so please check out the website. It's at middleamerica.com. Again, you know, if you could donate to us, keeps our show running. You know, help with my camera as well. But you know, we're here for you, and let's kind of have some fun with this, like we do every week. So Dee, let's see, what are you thinking right now with this one?
I'm typing mine right now. I'm trying to enter mine real quick, but basically we've got the alien singing. I've got the whole world in my hand.
Damn, you literally beat me to it. I was literally thinking the same thing. Elon Musk circa 1990. The officials can mess up the watching. So for me, the real Sith Lord telling
Is that Rama or is that you?
Rama, the real Sith Lord telling the Trump administration which country he should add to the cart next. I'm trying to find like some kind of quick like connect between like Fallout and this. You ever play Fallout, the video game, or heard of it?
No, but I watched the show on Netflix.
How'd you like it? I've heard good things.
I liked it. I thought it was very entertaining. And I don't know anything about the video games.
Did you ever watch Avatar? Not Avatar, One Piece, or actually Avatar or One Piece?
Yeah. Yes.
Live action. Yeah. So apparently,
I didn't watch the live action. I watched Avatar the live action, but I didn't watch the One Piece live action. I've been meaning to.
Girl, you would love it. I promise you. For a second, I
got stuck rewatching Dexter, so sorry.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, it's really good.
Rick Sanchez. Where's Rick Sanchez when you need him? Alien thing or precious. The real Sith Lord singing. All right. Now, Brian, who else do we have on our other chats, or is this the only thing I'm seeing right now? Should wait a little bit.
You're seeing what I'm seeing.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. So we got
X is
some more
delayed
stuff.
a little bit.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Because Elizabeth put in quotes, I shall provide energy and access your puny planet. Ooh.
Hold on, let me jump on my phone right quick.
Yes, Streamier doesn't always pick up everything.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
So let me jump on mine. Give me 1 second. I think I might win this one.
Uh-oh.
Now, I'll definitely say this is the one part of the show that I do not look at. So like I come to you guys at the same time. Let me see how I'm going to word this one.
I just put a test one in here. Yeah.
Alrighty. I think I might win this one. I like to participate, but I'll always default to the second one on this one.
Okay, you're shut up.
I just yeah, because apparently at the beginning of the year they blocked out all porn in Florida.
Oh.
Education. Prawn, you put prawn. Is that what I wrote? Yeah, I put prawn. Future race gets to look at.
I like that one.
Hang on. So, what do you feeling, D?
I put a naughty one on the chat.
Oh yeah. Should have just posted it. Let me speak Mexican. What you think?
I put well, actually, let's see. What else did they put on here? I don't know, which one's your favorite so far?
I have to go with mine. But
You have to go with your
let's see. There was one, because I nerd off on this shit. I gotta go with Vash on this one. Where's Rick Sanchez when you need him? Just because I really go deep on in Rick and Morty. I like all of them though. That's the thing.
Oh, I like the Elizabethes. The future race gets to look at home videos of their great grandparents living on Earth. Ooh.
Okay. What's the future race?
Yeah,
Aaron, I think mine's getting blocked. Probably.
I don't know. Mine didn't show up on that one, and mine was a little naughty, and it was right before Elizabethes.
Just what did you say? You can say it vocally as long as you don't say you change the wording around. Plus, you get all the stuff to follow you.
It's like Alien, and he's looking at the little Earth, and I'm about to wallow.
All right, you're definitely not even still saying it. It's all right.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it.
That's all right. That's all right. It's all right. Stay innocent. You're good. Stay innocent, please.
I'm not. I'm just trying to not get in trouble.
Okay.
There you go. Reverse regurgitate.
You gonna go with that one? All right, team.
There you go.
Ladies, men, guys, everyone in between. Honey, get the kids. Jackass Earth Edition. All right, I'm picking that one. I still go with Bash, but I picked that one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm going with the Jackass one. 100%. What do you think? What's on you?
There you go. Aaron, honey, get the kids. Jackass Earth Edition is on. Heck yeah.
All right, now they're just starting to get around to you. I like it. Guys, don't be PG.
Bash too. I'm sorry, but the probing kit. Yeah,
All
that
right, so
one.
let's go with the probing kit and the jackass.
Yeah.
So, all right, team. For if you like Honey Get the Kids, Jackass Earth Edition is on. Put one in chat, and then where's our anal probing kit, Honey? We're having awful weird. We have an awful weird world full of idiots. And a few typos, yeah. Try reading it live. Makes me look silly.
If you vote for probing, you're gay.
Well, I guess I'm voting for probing then.
I think that's kind of where you're. I think you were gonna say something with like butt beads on that one.
I mean, I was trying not to be so
so I called it
explicit,
out.
but okay.
So,
But yeah, I mean, if the aliens are coming, I mean, might as well
two.
get ready and make it easy for them, right?
I mean, that's what lube's for. I started dating this new girl. It's her favorite thing. It's so nice. I love it. I was like, what's your ring size? And then I was like, wait a second.
Wrong ring. Wrong ring.
So she told me both, and she's like, "Oh, can I come over after the show?" I'm like, "Okay, we'll see you at 10:30." I don't know how I got this lucky, but I did. Look, Caribbean girl. Oh, that's perfect. You guys can't hear it, but my executive is literally about to pass out from lack of oxygen in his. I'm laughing so hard. All right, so
At least one of
that,
us is
is
having
this
a good time.
hey, leave that bad cycle out. Well, maybe we should tell him a ring size, and maybe we can have some fun. How about that?
I'll pass on that one. I'll leave that all to
Let's see.
you.
You can hear it. Yes. All right. So probing wins.
Probing wins. Boom.
Probing wins. All right. Perfect. All right, guys. It was let's see. Yep. Just about an hour. Normally, those are short runs. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you for joining us. If I had any kind of audio, video quality, sorry. Still trying to work out the bugs of this place. But buy a port to get my HDMI, my Ethernet cable into my Mac. Get that fixed. Thank you so much for joining us. Honestly, we're about to close out everything. But at the end of everything, what do you got to say about what we've talked about?
Well, I think we have a lot of interesting things happening, with possibly, Facebook going a little bit more conservative, and I mean, not really conservative, but just like leaning more towards free speech and just a lot of new changes. Yeah, that's considered conservative. I mean, they might as well just say Facebook is MAGA now, but just a lot of positive changes that can be happening, especially now that Trump is about to get in office, and I'm really excited for it. Like, these are changes that we've been demanding for a long time, and it's nice to finally be heard. So go MAGA. And
go MAGA. Let's go.
Go MAGA. Let's go. Let's get this shit on the road.
I think honestly that's going to probably be the biggest thing for us. I mean, like, what's happening as far as like in the culture, trying to get rid of like the cancel culture, just everyone just be their own people, them at least admitting that. I think that's going to be fantastic. Just for the health for everyone, especially with, just division for everything. And everyone's like, oh, well, this says it. It's like, no, it doesn't matter. Especially when the fact checkers being like more politically biased than anything. Like, can't say because you said red and not maroon. You get a 30-day ban.
Yeah.
Speaking for, so I think, I'd say the same thing. I definitely say, good luck with everything. With as far as the storm goes. One of my best friends, like, I'm his daughter's godfather. He lives out near you, and you know, he's like, yeah, he's like, he might be fucked in the next couple days. So we'll see how this goes. You know, if the Greenland deal goes through, well, that's a good way to live. That's how I am with hurricanes. But then, you know, you'll see a lot of people get, you know, wiped off the map.
You know what? If it's my time to go, it's my time to go, and I live the good life.
Fuck that. I'm gonna exacerbate that as much as I can. But you know, so we got that. You know, again, guys, thank you so much for everything. You know, you can find us on Romanation, riseofmiddleamerica.com. Please, by all means, you know, feel free to contribute to our cause. You know, helps us all with what we do, keeps us going. You know, if you want to become an admin, if you want to become a future host, if you want to do anything with what we do, we have a great community here. We're super welcoming, super loving. Please feel free. If there's a place to do it, this is the company, this is the media, this is the group of people to do it. We're all friends here. We talk to each other every day. We would love to meet people and have you in here and, you know, see where this venture goes. That being said, where can we find you, Dee?
You can find me on X at Cynical Latina, and that's my one spot you can find me. So please come visit. It's okay to DM me, just don't send me weird shit, and I will respond.
Perfect. As always, I am Tay. You can find me on X at AP2Tay. I'm here. If you got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I can help you, point you in any direction you need to go. If you want to do anything with us, we'd love to have you on there. With that, hope you guys have an amazing night and much love.